my YouTube family, and thanks for stopping by. I have already connected with your energy, and I was guided to these three cards for you, which is simplicity, faith, and spirit. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. The simplicity card has shown up in your reading today because it wants you to know that simplifying your life will bring you a sense of clarity and renewal. Simplicity is cutting out everything in your life that isn't consistent with your core values. If you find you no longer have time to do the little things in life that brings you comfort and pleasure, it's time to change. Simplification doesn't mean going without. It means slowing down, living a more balanced life, and purging stuff you don't need anymore. When you get rid of possessions that are no longer of use to you, and people and situations and things, you're making space and cleaning away the dust and clutter, both physically and mentally. And it's been proven that living more simple and more simply by taking time to decompress will help you with your anxieties. This is because you no longer are dwelling on the complexity of dealing with too many situations, things, people, or possessions, which can stress out the natural organizational part of your personality. Stress can take a major toll on your life and cause physical and mental exhaustion, creating a decline in health. Every day, do something that doesn't involve work. Put aside a little time to yourself so that you can relax and recuperate. If you're in a social mood, spend time with people who have a positive presence in your life. Avoid being around drama seekers who drain your energy and therefore complicate your life. Activities such as watching too much television can cause information overload. Limit the amount of media information you take in. Think of what you can do with the extra time you'll have on your hands if you watch that much less television. Cut down on commitments to organizations and to other people, and know that you will have more energy for yourself then. And start putting yourself first and stop spreading yourself too thin, because spreading yourself too thin contributes to the overwhelming feeling of never having enough time. You may want to practice disconnection at wind down time of the day, such as turning off the cell phone in the evening and letting voicemails take your calls. Being flooded with messages and demands is a major source of stress, and you need personal time. Simplifying your life will bring your spirit a much needed sense of renewal. Through simplification, you'll discover that which is truly enough to fulfill your life, giving you the go ahead to discard the rest. Prioritize by keeping a list and don't try to do so much at one time. Look at the big picture, deciding what really needs to be done now and what can wait until next week. And don't worry about making life perfect. Not achieving the highest perceived level of perfection will only stress you out all the more, because perfection is a never ending road. Perhaps it's the best way to travel upon it is for the ever improving view rather than struggling to get to a goal. Do the best you can by streaming, streamlining your life and cutting out everything that is weighing you down and doesn't serve you. You'll experience a welcomed relief from pressure and a sense of calm and the peace of mind that you need. The fairy of simplicity is appreciative of all she has in her life. Her mind is clear. Her expression is soft and relaxed, and she feels no need for anything more. She creates a world of tranquility that reflects her own self, her own spirit, with no competition with anyone or anything outside of herself. Less is more is her formula for staying happy because it frees her life and spirit from the excessive chatter and accomplishments. And accompanies and collection of things never really used nor ever really needed. And she can accomplish more when her life is simpler. The fairy of simplicity knows that it's not just things that can clutter one's life, but also people. Though she does have many friends and acquaintances, she picks and chooses who are a benefit and pleasure in her life, cutting away the destructive. She loves the pure simplicity of her garden, the place she visits to disconnect from the busy world around her. She often can be found there enjoying tea with the fairy of serenity. And the faith card has shown up in your reading today because it wants you to know that spiritual faith is a devoted assurance of the heart and with a powerful commitment to trusting something or someone. Faith can be assigned to anyone, such as having faith that flowers will bloom in spring, that the sun will rise and set every day, and that you'll always love another and be loved. There may not be any tangible evidence or proof to back up faith, but the progressive belief of the soul is all that's needed. And having faith is similar to, but not the same as hope, because having hope is anticipation and longing, while having faith is knowing and believing. The nature of inner faith is not the same faith which is confined to a religious belief. Faith is born from mystery, the secret and unexplained. Faith is born from affirmation, a declaration of truth and of something. Faith is also born from inspiration and divine guidance and influence. It's a reminder that there is something larger than life out there. While with a promise of inner confidence and trust your own instincts and connect to yourself and others. Faith can be cultivated through communion with others when you experience their kindness and grace, in turn, inspiring you to gain a deeper relationship with faith. The higher consciousness you develop from kinship will feed your ability to have confidence in loyalty and will reinforce belief in that which cannot be seen. Also, trust that even though life is unpredictable, you're never alone. Consider your journey here on earth and imagine what it would be like without the beauty of inner faith. Without it, there would be no sense of rootedness or a destination. Faith offers direction, purpose, and a process of liberation that opens up to new understanding, that opens you up to things you never knew. The key is believing, but it's more than just believing blindly because faith involves the consideration and attention needed to comprehend your own beliefs. Faith is something to be exercised every day as it can help you overcome emotional and physical obstacles. It will also get you through hard times and alternative feelings of uncertainty. Allow yourself to trust that things will always have a way of working themselves out. The fairy of faith sits content and at peace, and she has pure and unquestionable faith in her belief and in others whom she trusts, in which she finds security and warmth. The great thing and about faith is it helps you stay determined. And if you look at this card, faith, the oak tree symbolizes the power of strength, the wisdom of knowledge, and the virtue of endurance. The fairy of faith feels a kinship with this tree and spends time with it often to connect with the deep rooted part of herself that whispers a message of certainty and belief. It is here that she comfortably kindles a welcome sense of assurance and affirmation. Light encircles her, expelling doubts and disbeliefs, helping to prevent their return as time goes on. This beautiful yet delicate fairy does not try to subscribe to any blind faith except the healthy faith she has become by observation, interaction, questioning, and learning. She has found that faith, like trust, is earned, and that sometimes the only faith you can ever have in someone is s- simply that they'll never be able to be trusted. Only put faith in those who have earned it and those things in which you believe. And the spirit card has shown up in your reading today because it wants you to know that spirit is a flow of insight into the true self. You are a spirit within a physical body. Trust your spirit to pilot your life, and you'll live a harmonious balance between the inner and outer world. Spirit itself is the source of knowledge, a flow of insight into the true self. It's the grand consciousness of being alive, and it is the driving force behind what you think, say, and do. All your thoughts originate from this spirit core. Spirit is something to be felt and experienced. It is living the feeling rather than trying to understand what it's all about. Pay attention to your inner voice, as this is your spirit and mind connecting. Age is not assessed by your earthly time in years, but by spirit. You could be 20 and feel 60, or be 60 and feel 20. It's all up to you to determine what your true age is based on how you feel. You often hear the term lifting the spirit when feeling heavy hearted. How can the spirit be lifted? The spirit has no mass but can feel weight if self esteem is damaged. A spirit can be crushed, but it cannot be killed. You already possess everything you need to become spiritually dynamic. There are many ways to embark in the act of lifting your spirit. For example, playing a song that you love can take you through the experience of moving to higher levels as it rushes into your very being, connecting you to the peace of music. As you feel the rhythm and become one with the melodies, your spirit expands and your higher consciousness becomes part of the music itself. Spirit is energy. It is always evolving, and you, excuse me, your spirit is constantly unfolding to your next level of consciousness. All living things have spirits, and the energy of the natural world around you vibrates with vitality. The spirits of animals and plants carry the same life force that flows through human. The natural world does not wander in feeding your spirit, which will in turn fuel your life. When walking through the woods, gazing at the stars, or standing by the ocean, you'll likely get a sense of empowering life force coming from all directions. When reconnecting with Mother Nature, your spirit will appreciate the favorable effects it receives. Your spirit is a strong, warm light, pulsing with the constant flow of energy, always within you and always in pursuit of bringing you to greater levels of knowledge. When you put spirit in charge of your life, you can reap benefits such as increased health and mental and emotional stability. Grant your spirit the freedom it needs to soar, and you'll discover places you never thought you'd find. Let your spirit lift and guide you. Never let it be held back by anyone or anything. The fairy of spirit is made of the energies of motion and light. Her being gravitates towards the boundless nature of all things positive. She never wastes energy on the harmful nature of negative things. She's ever changing and ever motivated, pulsing with the rhythm of life's wonderful possibilities. The fairy of spirit never grows weary, and her journey towards enlightenment is continuously fulfilling. She reaches her arms outwards as a reminder that spirit is all encompassing and a vital part of your mental and it is encompassing, and it is a vital part of your mental and physical health. She's a compassionate person, the fairy, as she is passionate always, living life rather than watching it pass by. No one can forge chains strong enough to bind your own spirit, but every so often you may bind your spirit with threads of your own fear of insecurity. The fairy of spirit wants you to know that nothing you've done in the past should hinder what you do from this point forward. You cannot do more than accept and learn from your unchangeable past. Go forward more prepared and be open to simplicity, because simplifying your life will bring you the clarity and renewal you need. Always have faith and know that faith will open more doors than doubt ever could or will. And trust in your spirit and know that your spirit is always leading you to your true self. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this reading. I would like to thank you again for stopping by and allowing me to connect with you. I hope that this reading has provided the insight that you were seeking. If this reading resonates, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you can receive notifications when I post your new reading. And if you would like to become a member of my channel or make a donation to my channel, the link is in the description and it will be greatly appreciated. Well, until next time, goodbye, my lovelies.